For a vendor of Keller Williams, it is not a Keller Williams product, so it is not accessed through the intranet. It's its own website. And if you don't know your usernames and passwords for Listings to Leads, see me after class, and I'll make sure that you all have them. So it's Listings to Leads with a T-O, listingstoleads.com. Looks like I don't know my own username and password for Listings to Leads. I forget this isn't my laptop anymore, and things aren't just automatically saved on it. So bear with me just 1 second while I have it. I have what you should all have as a Google Doc of all my passwords. And it's very convenient and it helps me out tremendously. Bear with me 1 moment, I apologize. Like I said, my laptop, it has it already logged in. All right, well, we'll look into that after. So when you log into Listings to Leads, one of the first things that I recommend that you do is go to your profile and just make sure that your name is in there, your photo is in there, your phone number is correct, all of that stuff, because there is going to be places that will advertise yourself on your web pages and on your landing pages. So you just want to go to your profile and just make sure that all of your personal information is correct. You can put an image in for your own photo, that your email addresses are correct. You can designate certain email addresses that leads go to. So if you want to have a special email address just for leads or just for leads off of these things or anything like that, you can put alternate email addresses in as well to receive the leads. So you would just go in and just make sure that all of this information is correct. That's the first thing I would recommend as always, and that's any site that you use. Anytime there's a profile or a My Account or anything like that, you always want to make sure that all of your information is correct. Even if you think it might already be, just to be on the safe side. Listings to Leads has a huge database of tutorials and videos and things like that. So I like to point that out, that every day they have a webinar, but also if you go up to this tutorials and frequently asked questions, they have taped videos, taped webinars. They even have a YouTube channel. So if you're ever wanting to get a little bit more information or do another little brief training by yourself, this site has a lot of really great training on it. So as an agent, your listings will show up here in the list. I have everybody's listings as the admin. You will only have your own. And they pull over directly from MLS. So one of the things that you can do, again, like I said, is generate the single property web page. So does anybody have a listing that they want me to guinea pig for them? I can create them.
I think you did that with the 1207-17K. Okay. Yeah, we can push that a little bit more.
Yeah. It's easier for me to do it on one that's real than to not. So here's Robin's listings. I pulled up all Robin's listings, but here's Robin's listing on 1207 Route 17K. And the first thing that you'll do is you'll hit Edit Enhanced Listing. And this information comes directly from MLS. So at this point, you can make any changes to it that you want that maybe MLS either doesn't allow or that you just want to have a little bit differently for this advertisement. So you can come in here and you can put a headline if you want to. You can add an open house if you want to add an open house. It's going to give you the street name, the city, the zip code, the bedrooms, the bathrooms. If something for some reason doesn't pull over from MLS, which every once in a while something might not, this is where you have the opportunity to fill those fields in. It'll have your MLS number, your square footage, all of that. Every property is given a URL or a website name. through Listings to Leads, because again, we're essentially making a single property website for your listing, a single property web page. So you're going to be given a listing URL, but you have the option of generating what they call a vanity URL. So that'll give you where we may, it'll default, but you can change it. So for example, the custom vanity URL has been made the property address, and then you can choose from these little, I don't know what they call these, but the .coms. So you could just choose to have it a little bit differently and make a custom vanity URL for your listing. So I could make this say 1207 State Route 17K.americasbestlisting.com, if that's what I want to do. But I could also change this. It doesn't have to say that either. So you can create a custom vanity URL for your listing. So it's been successfully saved. So now when I have this generated, if I go to 1207 State Route 17K.americasbestlisting.com, it'll show me the web page that I created for this particular listing. So it's going to pull over your words. And the one thing I have noticed is that in MLS, if you have a lot of description, sometimes it won't pull it all over. So just double check and make sure that it pulled over all that you want, or if something you don't want, bless you. That actually came out? Was that actually?
I was trying not to.
So you can change this, but just make sure that everything pulls over, because sometimes things don't. But you can add more to this. You can add links in here. You can add, you know how in MLS you can't have any sort of a call to action about yourself. Your description can't say your name. You can't have your website. So now you can add that here. So I could say call Robin White or visit her website at www.robinwhite.kw.com. And then what I can do is I can actually make this a live link to that if I want to. So you can actually make a live link inside your description. It's very easy to do. So I'm going to open up a new tab, and I'm going to go to whatever website I want the live link to be attached to. So in this instance, I want it to be Robin's website, because this is Robin's listing. So I've opened up a new tab, and I'm just pulling up her, essentially just pulling up her website. And this is what the website looks like. So what I want to do is I want to copy the URL for her website. So I'm simply going to highlight it. And if you know, hitting Control-C will copy, or right-clicking and hitting copy will copy. I'm going to go back to Listings to Leads. I'm going to hit this Insert Edit Link button. It's going to give me two options. It's going to ask for the URL that I want, and then it's going to say, what text do you want to display? So instead of me typing externally, visit her website at, I'm going to put it here, visit her website. Target means, do you want it to open in a new window, or do you want it to override the window that they're on? You always want it to open in a new window, so it doesn't lose the original page that they were on originally. So you always, whenever it gives you an option, you always want it to say new window. So now this is here, so then I'm going to just delete what I typed. So it's going to say call Robin White, and then visit her website. And now that's a live link. And you can say whatever you want. You know, you can get creative and you can say whatever you want. So now when this is live, when you click on where it says visit her website, it's going to take you directly to her website. You can put links to anything else that you would want on here, anything that might be pertinent to the property, the area, the neighborhood. And I'm going to show you also, there's another place to put more links. You can have as many as you want, not in the description, but actually as part of the page that you're creating. You can add images in here. So if you wanted to put a photo of something in here, you could also add a video. So if you had done a video of the property, you could add it right here to the description, and it'll appear right at the bottom of the description. You can change the font, you can change the size, you can add some emoticons, and just your normal formatting that you can do. So you can add pretty much as you want here. It's got a pretty large character count that you can do, so the sky's the limit as far as how much you want to put in here. Down here, it's going to give you the option of follow this home, they call it. And what follow this home is when you're on the site for a certain period of time, a box is going to pop up. It's going to ask for your clients to register their information. or this is the people observing the site. You can force them to fill that out and make it so that they can't get any further unless they put their information in, or you can make it where they're able to, the box is gonna pop up, but they can click off of it and keep going. So it's called a forced registration. So if you wanna force somebody to register their information, you would simply just click follow this home forced. But what it lets you do is it lets you select how soon you want that force to happen. So you can say 5 minutes, you can say 10 seconds. So it's gonna let you designate how long before that box pops up. And then if you're gonna force them to fill something out or you're not gonna force them to fill something out. So that's just a personal preference. I know when I'm on a website, if I'm forced to do something, I tend to not want any part of it anymore and I move on to something else. But again, that could be just me. But what's the beauty about listings to leads is you can say, so if they're on there and they're on there for a good 7-8 minutes, they're obviously interested, or they've gotten up and walked away and forgot to leave the page. So you could even do the force at maybe 8 minutes. So if they're on there and they've been on there that long, you can choose to have the force come up then. Or you can choose just to have it come up after 8 minutes, but they don't have to fill it out. So the choice is yours. You can also even make it a little bit more and you can add that they need to have, you can add phone number to it. It doesn't have phone number right now, it has their name, their email, but you can add the phone field for follow this home. You can either make it required or make it not required. So it's up to you how much you want to have your clients be forced into doing or not doing. So when you've made all your changes and you're happy, you're going to hit save. And then you're able to view what it looks like. So if we come down to the listing, we can look really quick at it at the single property webpage that we just designed. And again, there's a lot more still that we're going to be able to do. So this is what it looks like right now. So it has these links here, which are all interactive links that you can leave, you can change, you can add new. I'm going to show you how to do that as well. You can change the tabs that are up here. You can change the photos, but right now these are the photos that she has. This is her description. This is that live link that we added. It's going to pull the features of the listing over, and then it's going to show the properties in like a slideshow fashion, so they can now look at the pictures in a slideshow fashion. Over here is the agent's information, and again, this comes from your profile. So if your profile is incorrect, that information is going to be incorrect. If that's not the photo she wants on there, she has to go into her profile, and that's where she would change all of this information that's right here. In your profile, it gives you the option of adding links to all these things if you want to link to these things. And schedule is showing. If they hit that, it's going to take them to a contact form that's going to go to the email address that she designated in her profile. There's a map of the area, if you scroll down a little bit further, where they can decide, I want to know where coffee places are, I want to know where grocery stores are, I want to know where shopping is, and they'll tell them. So this is a pretty interactive map as far as, you know, they want to know how close shopping is to this particular listing. They can pick and choose what they want this listing to show, and it'll let them know what's in the area. So if it's very important to me that there's shopping around the house I purchased, this will tell me what shopping locations are there, what food places are there, and what different stores are around, restaurants, things like that. Everybody needs it up. Actually, I think everybody needs a quick check by now. And again, this is just another map that'll show you where the schools are in relation to the house. And then on the bottom, the consumer that's looking at this has the option of downloading a flyer if they want to. So if they want more information about this and they want to take it with them or they want to look at it, a hard copy, they have the option of downloading a couple of different flyers to take a look at. And it's just all that same information that is here on the listing. So we go back. Now, if you notice on the single property website, on the left, there were links to things. There are generic ones that they give you, but if you hit lead generation links here in the menu, you can add more. So one thing that is actually that I've done before, I'm going to show you how to do this. So this property is in the town of Montgomery, the village of Montgomery. You can have a link on the side for them to search other properties in Montgomery right off of your website. So if they're looking at this home in Montgomery and they don't really, it's not for them, but they want to live in Montgomery, you can create a link right on the side that'll say view other homes in Montgomery. So that they're not leaving, again, your site to go somewhere else. They know, oh, I can look right here. You can put links to school districts, not individual ones, but you could do like a greatschools.org or something where you can pull a school report of all districts. You could put a link to something like that on the side. Because I know you can't specify, I know you can't pick out a certain school district and advertise it because they, right, that's like a fair housing issue.
Right.
My fair housing.
How do you can tell where the house is?
So could I put a link to Valley Central on?
Yes.
I could. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that.
It's the school district.
So long as I guess you're not promoting that it's better than any other school district.
Yeah.
So-
Your opinion on
These are the ones that they automatically give you right off the bat. So they give you a basic search, but it's not your website, so you don't want that. You can get a home, like free home values, homes close to where you work, or like I said, we can completely start from scratch and create our own. So if I want to create the link to Montgomery, to searches in Montgomery, it's very easy to do. I'm going to open a new tab again like I did before, and I'm going to go back to Robin's website. You're going to want to, of course, go to your website. And you're going to come in like a client, and you're going to do a search for Montgomery or for wherever your property is located. There's 131 results found in this particular search, and you can narrow it down more by hitting more filters on your website, and you can make it as detailed or not. But for this instance, I don't think you need to make it too detailed. So this now is my search of Montgomery that I want to link to my Listings to Leads webpage for my property. So I have this here, and I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to copy, and I'm going to go back to Listings to Leads. I am going to go to the lead gen links. I'm going to put in the URL. I'm going to name it. Search for more properties in Montgomery, or whatever you want to name it. And I'm going to make it active. I'm going to take these ones out again because I don't want these. And I can make as many of them as I want. So now I'm going to make that active, and I'm going to hit add more links. So now I have my one active link. So now I want to do the school district. That's another thing. I want to do a link to the Valley Central School District because that's the school district for the property. Again, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to open a tab, and I'm going to search for the website for Valley Central Schools. You don't have to create it. There already is one. And this is for anything you want to link. You'll find their main website. So if you're looking to link, if you're doing a listing that's close to a development or that's close to a certain monument and you want to have a link to it, you just go to the website that's been created already, and you're going to do the same thing. We're going to copy. I just need to find the right open tab. I have so many open. I'm going to put in the URL. We're going to put it on that side where it goes. And then I'm going to name it. I'm going to name it Valley Central School District. So I'm just creating whatever interactive pieces I want my site. And again, they give you some generic ones, and if you want to see what they look like, you can see, open the link and see what they look like. They give you some already, and you can leave them there. There's no harm in leaving them there, but you also have the option of creating all the ones that you want. So this, for example, is one of the things that you can have on the side. What is your home worth net? So this is one of the ones that it gives you the option. And just take a look at them, and you might want them. And if so, I decide that I want that, I'm just going to make it active. I'm going to hit the box, and then I'm going to save everything that I've added and everything that I've done. Now, if I want to reorder the list, I can just simply drop and drag. Click it, hold it, and drag it. So this is the order that I want them in on the left side of my single property page. I want them to say search more properties, I want the school district, and then I want the other. And again, you just hold your mouse and drag. You can go back if you decide you want to add more, or you can save it. So now when I go back to Listings to Leads and I go to the single property website that I created, now on the left, search for homes in Montgomery, Valley Central Schools. These are the live links that I just created that I want to be part of my webpage. And again, it can be And so here it goes. It's going to bring right to the Montgomery search. 131 results. They can look here. Or now that they're in Robin's site, they can start searching for other things. They can tool around. They can look at other things. They can, whatever they want to do now that they're in here. So it brings you right directly to what they want. So this is what that is. That is the single property website. You also can create, they use the term virtual tour, which in all honesty I think is a little bit misleading. It's like a slideshow. A virtual tour to me is that real moving picture. This will create a slideshow of your listing, of the pictures in your listing. And like I recommend on any other site like this, when they pull the listing directly from MLS, the pictures get shrunk and the quality gets lost. I would come in here and I would upload the original high resolution photos that I took or that my photographer took when I originally took the listing. I would upload them into here so that you get the best quality photos for these tours, for the videos, for your advertising that you're doing. So I would come into here and I would do upload high resolution pics. Now it does, again, like I said, it'll create what it calls a virtual tour. And it's going to give you a branded one, which has your name on it, or an unbranded one for you to put in MLS if you want to put it in MLS. So the branded tour, if we want to just take a look at what it looks like, this would be the link that you would copy and paste into MLS or into anywhere that you wanted to share this. If you wanted to share this in your email signature, you wanted to share this with a client, you could just copy it and paste it or open it. And again, it creates like a moving pictures. Yeah, see how they're moving. So in essence, it's not really, I mean, it is a virtual tour, and it goes picture by picture, and they're moving. It just creates a moving slideshow of yours. And this house is still available if anybody's interested.
Please. Dinner on me, any way you want, with the exception of,
Robin's got it.
within the state of New York.
So now you're thinking to yourself, okay, this is all well and good. What do I do with them now? We send them places. I put the cookies in here in case anybody wanted a cookie. So now that I've created the single property web page that has the links that I want, that has the photos that I want, that has all the information that I want, has its own little URL on the top. Now is where you're going to decide if you want to put it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of the social media. This is really for social media advertising. So again, you're going to take the URL that's up here that it created for it, and you're going to copy it just like we've been doing all day now to create our links. And we're going to go to our Facebook, which is taping us, so say hi.